I'm here in Boston today to have a look at what looks like an environmental disaster, and I'm here on the River Witham, and I've never in my lifetime seen as much weed as there is at the moment, and it almost looks like a field that you can actually walk on. I dread to imagine how thick it is, and apparently it's due to the unusual hot summer we've had and lack of rainfall. But also there's a lot of local people pointing the finger at the Environment Agency who seem to have failed to have actually cleared the problem. But as the problem's unfolding, what we've actually got is all along the riverbank down here that there are literally thousands and thousands of dead fish, including some really impressive specimens. And as we look along the edge here, every now and again you see fish laying on the top and some quite large eels just dotted about, all dead and obviously suffocating. So it's difficult to know who to point the finger at, and this video will probably ask more questions than I can actually answer, but we'll try and get some comments from the Environment Agency and see what they've got to say about the problem. But it's certainly not very good for the environment.
I've got a boat here on the river, and it started about 2 months ago. The weeds started coming down the river, and that's when we started contacting Canal and River Trust to start doing something about the weed levels. Nothing was done, so started emailing Canal and River Trust, then emailing Environmental Agency as well. Nothing was done. Then there's still Canal and River Trust, emailing them, and eventually they started coming up with comments like, yeah, we've got the weed boats are coming down, the sluicing at the locks, which was all complete lies, because there was no weed boats coming down. One came down. He said it was too bad for him to continue because it was overheating, the weed was too thick, so he went back. People have seen it up the other end of the river being worked at Dog Dyke, and he works 4 hours, then stops for 2 hours. We're just speechless now. The fish levels have just declined. We see 1 or 2 dead fish, but now, as you can see, everything is completely dead. There's nothing. We're not bothered about the boats now. We've given up with the season, can't use that, but the fish, it's just heartbreaking to see. You can't fish in the weed anyway, but nothing is alive anymore, and that's now finished for years. As you've seen, I pulled out some nice fish, beautiful fish, probably 5-6 years old. That's never going to come back again, never.
So this is the other side of the sluice, with Boston Town Centre on my right there. I'm no expert on this, but when I look at this, I'm led to believe that the sluice is to allow water out and that direction towards the sea. You'll see here that the river is actually clear, there's no weed whatsoever. It's all been stopped by the sluice gates. So you have to ask the question that if the sluice gates were actually open, would the weed travel in that direction to the open sea, therefore clearing the river the other end? I've no idea. I mean, that's for the Environment Agency to comment on. But as I say, I'm no expert, but I would have thought that was the perfect solution to the problem.